Hey,
Hi.
how's it going?
Like you, like I'm kind of low energy.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened? Start out with the warm ups, right? Okay, let's start with our head. You can do it with me, kind of. And go ahead and switch direction. Okay, go ahead and bring 10 count up your chin to your chest. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ears to shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Chin to shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And let's bring our attention to our shoulders. And then switch direction. Yeah, you can do it with me right here. Okay. Go ahead and bring your attention to your elbows. And switch direction. Crazy. Go on. Okay, wrists. Bring your, lace your fingers together. Good. And switch direction. Shake it out, shake it out. Okay, bring your attention to your hips. Big circles. Slow it down a little bit. Thanks, Karen. And go ahead and switch. Direction. Okay. Let's bring attention to our knees. You're gonna slightly bend your knees, put your hand on top of your knees, and you're gonna bring your knees together. You're not touching them, right? You bring it really close and bring them forward, open, straighten, bring them together, forward, side, and connect them together. Good. And we're gonna go ahead and switch direction. The knee rotation. All right, and then come back up, and we're gonna go and squat down as slow as you can, and then come back up. We're gonna do 10 together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. Go ahead and shift your weight to your left leg. Lift your right leg up and rotate your ankles. You want to warm up your wrists even more. You can go ahead and incorporate your wrists in this part. And then go ahead and switch direction. job. And go ahead and place that right leg down, lift your left leg, and repeat. And switch direction. All right, go ahead and place both your legs down. You scoot over a little bit, honey, thank you. Okay, so from here, we're gonna go ahead and bring our arms up above our heads, inhale, and then hinge at the hips, palm facing out, and exhale, and hinge at the hips, come down. Go ahead and place your hands on the ground, right? If you can, go all the way down and put your palms down on the ground, relax your upper body. And from here, you can go ahead and bend one knee, bend the other knee, switch back and forth. Relax. Pull your ears away from your shoulders. Okay, so from here, we're gonna go ahead and keep our legs extended, right? And we're gonna walk our hands out into a plank. So walk, walk, walk out all the way into a plank. You wanna come forward, you wanna line your wrist, your elbow, and your shoulders together. Abs tight, back strong, heels pressing down onto the ground here. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Take another deep breath. And then when you exhale, we're gonna go slowly come down onto the mat. Bring our belly down to the mat. So exhale. And then from here, we're gonna go ahead and flatten our toes, straighten the arms up, leaving our lower hips on the ground, and separating our ears from our shoulders, looking up and back. You're gonna go ahead and look one side, look to the other side, back to first side, back to the second side. And then we're gonna keep our hands where they're at. We're gonna sit our butt down to our heels here. Okay, we're gonna come up, we're gonna pull our hands to where our knees are, and we're gonna go ahead and sit to our left, where our left hand's gonna post on the mat, and we're gonna sit and bring our legs, so my right leg will pull back, my left leg comes in, and I'm gonna end up in an S mount position here. Okay, good job. All right, so I am gonna show the move, and then we're gonna do it together. So I'm gonna go shift, boom, and post. So look, the front leg and the back leg. Look at what the back leg is doing. It's coming and posting. The front leg is pivoting back, boom, and it's the knee stays back, and I'm posting from the back. So from the back side, it looks like this. Right? So let's everybody give that a try. So let's come up, one, good, and then we're gonna go right back down. So I'm gonna go ahead, step my leg back and retract my back leg. So come back up, two, good, three, four, five. And then we're gonna switch. We're gonna switch to the other side. So I'm gonna lean towards my leading leg, which makes my back leg light, and I'm gonna go ahead and bring my back leg forward and switch my hips, and I go to the other side. Good, and then we're gonna do the same exercise on the other side. So I'm gonna pivot my front leg back, boom, like this, and I'm gonna come to my knees, boom, and then my back leg steps up. Boom. So that's one, good job. Tightly. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna go ahead and switch now to the other side, boom. So we're gonna do the first exercise, right? We're gonna come boom up from here, and then I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna stand up, And the leg that's post, which is my left leg, I'm gonna go ahead and lean to that side. Boom. Right? And then I'm gonna come back. And then I'm gonna go back down. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring the knee, the back knee down. I'm gonna go ahead and pivot my back knee in, collapse, and I'm in my original stance. So again, I'm gonna come up, right? That's the first move. And then I'm gonna go ahead and lean towards the post leg, my back, to make my back leg light, boom. And then I'm gonna stand up. And then I'm gonna lean to my right, right? Go ahead and pick up your foot while you're doing this. Good. And if you're having a hard time, you are welcome to have your hand on the ground. So then you're gonna come back up. The back leg knee comes down. I'm gonna pivot that foot in, boom, and I sit this way. Yes, good job. Okay, let's do it one more time. Boom. I'm gonna come up, pivot. This goes up. I'm gonna lean, come up. And I go back. Okay, good. And then go ahead, we're gonna switch to the other side. We're gonna do the other side. So my right leg's gonna pivot, my left post. I'm gonna lean to my left, boom, stand up, and then lunge to my left. I'm gonna come up, my right knee goes down, my foot pivot in, boom, boom, and then I just sit down. So again, a little bit faster, boom, lean, good job, Kai. Back. I'm gonna do 5. So that was 3, 4, 5. All right, once you're done, go ahead and put your hand on the ground. You're gonna unwind by taking your back leg, straighten it, follow with your front leg. Just sit back again. And go ahead and take a quick water, and we're gonna start with our jujitsu portion. Good job. There's your water. You want water?
No. Where's that camera?
You can take my don't play on this. No, you don't need- Here. You can go watch. All right, we're gonna do a couple movements before we start. Today's more stretching day. Okay, the movement we're gonna do is, I'll wait till everybody comes back. So the movement is pretty much, we're gonna go ahead and step. We're gonna start out, let's do it all the same side, but I'm gonna step my left leg forward. I'm gonna bring my left leg, the knee's gonna come to the mat, so it looks like this. I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna step forward, and the knee comes in to the mat. The back leg steps up and comes to the mat. And then the first leg comes up in a post, right? So again, so you're gonna step. First, the leading leg comes to the mat. The second leg comes to the mat. So it's a slide, and then third post. So I want you to do that 5 per side. I'll call you in a minute. All right. Is that 10? Okay, so today we're gonna work on an ankle pick. It's a very strong takedown. It's a very safe yet powerful takedown. A lot of takedowns are graded based on how much exposure you have, right? You might have a neck exposure. You might have like one of those ones where you turn. You have the back exposure. So a lot of those are, first of all, requires a lot of years of training. And you have to be quick and pretty powerful on that, right? One of the reasons I love arm drives and ankle pick is one, I'm petite, right? And I could do it safely without my partner, no matter what size they are. I can avoid them falling on top of me, right? The ones that are, where you come in and you load them on your back, if they like sprawl or even double leg takedown, right? If you're going against somebody like really young, strong, and fast, if they sprawl, oh my goodness, that have the weight on top of you, right? So in terms of hierarchy or easy yet pretty effective takedowns, I would say arm drag and ankle pick. So today we're gonna do ankle pick, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like, and I'm gonna go grab somebody to kind of come in and help me. So share. Those of you that are not familiar with an ankle pick is where you come down, right, on your knee and you pick their angle and you come up. So again, it's where you go down on your knee, right, and you pick your partner's angle and you come up. So I'm going to break down the details. Let me go grab a partner. So just hold on a second. Okay, Mickey. So I'm gonna show Mickey a couple details that will totally help you with an ankle pick. So pretty much, since Mickey doesn't do jujitsu and she's got all kinds of injury, I'm not gonna like take her down I'm gonna try not to. Okay. So an ankle pick really with no gi, which we're gonna do, is a lot of times, right? You're gonna be over here and she's gonna be hooking over here, right? And she probably have one arm over here on your arm and you're here, right? So this is a really good time to do an ankle pick. First of all, your hand, you want to really cup, right? Either right behind the neck, kind of like especially when you're doing an ankle pick, you want to cup your hand behind the neck here. You can see it. Let me see. To control the posture, boom, here, right? Go all the way and cup at the neck. And then the wrist, right? This we're gonna do, there's many versions. You can grab in the tricep, but today we're gonna grab at the wrist here, right? And from here, to do a good ankle pick, right? Things you need to kind of pay attention to is, let's say that I wanna take her, this leg. What I need to do, things that you need to think about is you need to have her head past the leg, boom, right, to break her posture, right? So that's something that you need to think about. So one way to control her posture is to bring your arm all the way to the neck, and then you bring the forearm against the chin here to kind of control her neck and pull. So you want the head above on that side, right? That's one thing to think about. And then in terms of her ankle, her leg, right? You want not to, can you see it? You don't want to grab up here or up here. What you want to do is you want to all four fingers and you want to cup at the, can you guys see?
We can't quite see the
Oh yeah, sorry.
like,
So bring it in. So you want it, so turn around a little. So you want all four fingers and you want to cup at the Achilles here, right? You want it here, not here or here, right? You want a good leverage here. And also the direction of where you pull the leg is very important. So you want to pull towards, so over here, turn around, you want to pull towards the foot. So you want to come down and pull over the foot, right? I'm not going to, so it's really, you're here. And one way for you to kind of get maybe she's standing in this stance and you need to have, you're attacking this leg and you need to have her come towards you. So one way you do this is you're gonna shuffle and control the hip. So you're gonna shuffle like that. See how her leg steps? And now you're gonna come down and the same leg and arm. So if I'm hooking with this arm, that same leg will go down. So I'm gonna hook here and I'm gonna pull the posture, right? And then I'm gonna pull this off of her base, right? So we're gonna practice that. Thank you, that's it. We're gonna practice that, right? So we already did the movement. So again, if I'm using my left hand to come down on to grab the Achilles, it must be the same side leg because your reach, you will have a better reach, right? One, you'll have a better reach versus here, you're gonna be all stretched out. So this same leg will be up, right? If I'm grabbing the angle, the same knee is up. Another important thing about an angle pick is you also need a driving leg, which is this leg. So you have to have this leg driving, right? So the second leg is the driving leg, right? So with all that information together, we're gonna go ahead and cup our head. We're gonna pretend we're gonna cup. So forearm, right, around on our chest. Boom, here. We're gonna cup and grab the wrist here. And we're not gonna go back, because if we go back, our partner just like, it's easy for them to top over us. So you need to shuffle to the side. So when you shuffle to the side, it's almost as if you're doing this drive with your upper body. So you're gonna go boom, right, to bring the leg that you want over. So you wanna go shuffle to the side. Let's everybody have your left hand hold the wrist, your right hand at the head, and we're gonna shuffle to the right. So we're gonna go shuffle, right? Yep, good, let's do it again. Shuffle, good. One more, shuffle. And then once we shuffle, it's the same side leg goes down. So it's sliding with the left knee. My left arm grabs, right? With this frame here. Okay, so I'm here. I'm driving with the back leg. Same arm, same knee comes down. And then I'm gonna step, and then I'm gonna come down again. And then I'm gonna go ahead and pick, right? I pull the leg, and now I'm gonna pick the leg and shelf it on my leg. Yeah, that's great. So again, we're gonna go head, arm, we're gonna shuffle out, boom, and then knee slide, pick, right? I'm gonna pick, and make sure that this hand, right? You wanna think about this hand really pushing the posture, the head over, right? And what I like to do is step up and then knee slide and then post that leg on my hip. I'm gonna pick up the leg and post it on my hip. Good. So go ahead, I'm gonna give you some time to practice that. And then we're gonna go and try it on the other side. Yep, you need the step in, knee slide, and then you need a driving leg. Come forward and then pick up the leg and shelf it on you. Really pay attention to the head posture, right? So I'm here. When I step over, I really want to push my right boom to the side, right? To this, almost as if my hand is like crossing over to my body. Boom, knee, right? And then you want to imagine pulling that heel towards their toes. Step up, post. Good. So do. All right, so go ahead now, switch to the other side, right? If you can, go really slow. Try to switch to the other side. Now your arm is on the opposite side. You're grabbing at opposite wrist and you're moving, boom, opposite side, right? And then you're gonna move the head to the side. Opposite hand, boom, comes up. You're gonna step and then shelf. Do you have a question, Jane?
I'm just having a hard time, like
Imagine.
putting it all, imagining it and putting it together.
Okay, so let me show the screen. If it's still confusing, I'll go grab Mickey to come back. So, right, you're gonna come in. Look, so you're gonna come. So the right hand is above here, controlling the upper body. You see how the knee hits the ground, and then the same side arm is grabbing the angle. And then the second leg comes up, right? And then the third leg. So does that make sense? Or do you want,
Can you relay that one more time?
yeah, no problem. So let's see. So yeah, so boom, boom. Does that make sense?
I mean, kind of, but I don't understand how they got there.
Yeah, okay. Let me go get Mickey. It'll be easier. Okay. Mickey, can I borrow you one more time? Let me see if I can show it. Okay, so basically, right, first of all, this is how we're gonna get them to step forward. I'm gonna go cup the head, forearm at the chin. This is how I'm gonna control the upper body. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So cup the head, boom, and then the hand is here, right? So this is what you're gonna be doing, okay?
And this is you cup with your forward leg, the hand that is
Boom.
on your forward
Yeah.
leg.
Yeah. So from here, I want to angle pick this leg, right? Her right leg. So I'm gonna move to my right. I'm gonna go. Once I shuffle to the right and I control the head, more often than not, she's gonna step with that leg. So I'm gonna go boom. You see that? How she steps with that leg? Okay. So let's go over here. When I shuffle to the side, she steps with that leg, right? So from here, I'm really gonna punch her head past that leg as much as possible. And then I want this leg and this arm, the arm that was holding the wrist is gonna come down and the same side leg is gonna come down first. Okay, and then from here,
So
I'm gonna pull the leg. So you wanna try it with me? Because I can fall and I don't think Mickey. Okay, so Mickey has here and forearm here, and then she grabs my wrist. You're gonna shuffle to the side. So walk up that way, and I'm gonna step my leg here. She's gonna go ahead and bring the same knee down onto the ground, right? And then the same arm is gonna go at the Achilles, and she's gonna push my head and look, she's gonna pull she's gonna pull where the toes are my direction and then push my head. Look, boom. Even this is her first time, her first time of ever angle pick. And I couldn't stand up, right? So does that make sense or do you want to see that
So
again?
what did she do with your head when she was doing the ankle pick?
Oh, so the head stance, that's a good question. So the moment, once we kind of get the basics down, right? I'm gonna go boom, I'm gonna come down, boom, and I'm gonna pull when she gets down, right?
Okay, so like pull down.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep
Pull
pulling.
it down towards the ground.
But here's the thing. The moment that you step up, you want to retract your arm because in jiu-jitsu, you never want your arms like fully extended, right? So the moment, ideally, once you get the movement down, the moment they fall, you want to retract the arm because you don't want to leave your arms vulnerable. Does that make sense? So without her being there, it's gonna be boom, arm. I'm gonna go bring the leg close. I'm gonna come in, boom. And once I step with the second leg and when I come up, the arm gets pulled. So the second leg, I go down. This is my driving leg. Once I step with the second leg, my arm that was on the head, I'm gonna retract, right? Because I don't want it, because if they know what they're doing, you're gonna get armbarred. So you wanna pull the arm in. Thank you.
Thank you.
Does that make sense, Jane?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
makes
okay.
sense. Thank
I
you.
know, it's really, I'm so sorry. It's like really hard to. So again, it would be you're cupping the head with your right arm. Let's do it together. Then you have the wrist, right? I want her right, so I'm gonna step to my right. So I'm gonna go boom to bring the leg close to me. And then my left leg is gonna go down on my left arm is gonna reach. I'm gonna slide. And then my arm's gonna reach. Boom, right? And then from here, I wanna make sure that I'm breaking my my partner's posture towards the leg that I want, their head towards there. And I'm gonna pull the leg and then drive forward with the back leg. So I'm gonna drive forward, knee down. And once I bring the knee down, my arm that's hooking in the head, I wanna pull it back. And then I lift the leg up and I shelf it on my, yep, very good. Let's do it again together. Let's do it again together. This is a new technique. All right, so I'm gonna cup, right? The wrist on my left, head control on my right. I'm gonna shuffle to my right, boom, to bring my partner, bring the right leg towards me. I'm gonna go ahead and drop my left knee. My left arm goes and grab the ankle. I wanna make sure my right arm is controlling the head towards the leg that I'm attacking. I'm gonna step with my back leg, knees down. I'm gonna retract now, my right leg, and then I end. I'm gonna lift the leg up and end with my left leg up, posting, and I'm gonna shelving the leg. The reason we wanna do that is it's really hard, right? Even here, if somebody is shelving and picking up my leg like this on their thigh, I can't get up. It's hard for me to get up, right? If somebody's having my leg control my leg or resting it on their thigh, I can't get up, right? So that's how we prevent our partner coming up. Is we're gonna pick up the leg, boom, and then shelving here so they can't give up, right? And then from here you could do multiple like passes and whatnot. Yeah. Okay. Let's keep going. Yeah. Let's do it together again. Wrist. Same side. Okay. Your right, controlling the head. Left. We're gonna shuffle to the right. Our left knee is gonna go down. Left hand is gonna grab the ankle. Our right leg's gonna step up and then knee down. Right. We're gonna retract the same arm and then we're gonna step up to control the leg. Do it again. Head. I'm going to shuffle to the right. Left knee goes down. Boom. Left. Boom. And then, very good. So keep doing that. Very good, Emma. Great job. Nice, Karen. I was going to say 4 Elements Fitness. Yeah, so the knee is like the same movement that we've been doing, which is you step, like if I'm doing my left, I'm gonna knee slide, touch my left knee, step up with my right, touch with my right, and then post. So first one's knee touch, second one knee touch, the third one you post. So again, first one knee touch, second one knee touch, third one you post. So that is the leg movement for this one. So again, head, arm, shuffle to the right knee touch, grab the angle, second knee touch, right? And then third leg comes up. Good. Good, and then post. Very good, Jane, you got it, yay! Keep going. Yes, I feel like, Jane, you got the movement with your leg posture now, hey, which is tricky when there's no partner there, but I want you to think about what your arms are doing, right? So again, boom, right, for frame, step to the side, you're gonna come down, and I want you to keep thinking about this arm. Pushing the head, step second, and then third, pull the arm up. Yes, good job, good job. Good job, Emma. Oh, everybody's doing awesome. All right, so add a little bit now, break it off a little bit. You wanna, we just have a minute or two. What I want you to do is just a semi-crouch, which is you're not standing straight up, you're not all the way down, but you're bending at the hips, semi-crouch. So you're gonna go shuffle around, and then I'm gonna say go, and that's when you're gonna do the movement, okay? So we're gonna do it not that long. So go ahead, get in your semi-crouch, move around, pay attention. Oh my gosh, I got totally got. Move around, and when I say go, you're gonna go grab the head, get the wrist, shuffle to the right, knee comes down, grab the angle, second knee comes down, and third knees come up, and arms retracting, and then you come back up again. So everybody, let's go. Shuffle, shuffle, move around, go. Head, arm, shuffle to the right, left knee comes down, boom, right knee comes down, right, and come back up. Move around, go, boom, shuffle. Move around. Go. Go. Making sure when you end that you let go of the head towards the end and hold the arm in. Go. Shuffle. Good. Go. Go. All right. Good job. Does anybody have any questions? All right, if not, Karen will take over the second portion.
Cool. Yeah. Thanks, Molly. So we'll take like a 2-minute break, grab some water, go to the bathroom, and then we'll come back, and then we're gonna box and kick. Put my maybe here. Good. looks like people are ready to get started. Let's do a little additional stretching mobility movement, and then we'll get up and box. So let's do the same one we just did. So let's do what we did recently. So let's do this start in this lunge position. Move my chair back so you can see my whole body. There you go. All right. So we're going to be in this lunge position. Your back toes can be posted for this. And again, we're going to be coming over so we're going to be coming forward. This is a lot like what we do in the knee slide. When you knee slide, you don't want to be here. You're usually attacking someone's legs. You don't want them to be able to knee you in the face or come and attack you. So people knee slide, leaning back, and they're just their hips are advancing. So that's what we're doing here. But this is also just a good way to stretch your hips out. So we're going to be coming forward, but not like this, or leaning or arching our back. We're trying to keep this a straight line. I'm trying to bring my hips straight forward, so it doesn't look like a lot of motion at first. And I can go a little farther and farther. And for this, it's fine and even desirable eventually for your knee to get past your foot, but you don't want to overstretch and lose the position. So we're doing 10 forward, 10 pulses forward. So start, small, build up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. For the last one, come forward as much as you can without losing the stacked position. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you're going to take your opposite hand and you're going to put it a foot from your foot that's on the floor. So you're getting ready to come up, and you're to take your hand that's the same side as your leg and put that on your leg, on your knee, and twist yourself up. So you're in a really good twisted position. Ribs are facing as much sideways as possible, like your chest is facing straight ahead. And then you're going to, from there, without lifting your hips, you're just going to see if you can straighten your back leg into a lunge position. So now we're going to lift our top arm. We're going to do something different than we did last time. We're going to dip under. Let me show you how this looks. So I'm just going to take this arm and I'm going to twist up and then dip under. If I don't like dipping under my arm, I can dip this way too. I can dip in front or back, but we're going to dip. We're going to do that together 5 times. So come down, 1, twisting a lot at your waist, and come up. 2, come up, trying to not let your hips go up and down, but just keep them in the same spot. 3, come up. 4, come up. And 1 more, 5, and come up. Right, good, and you can take your knee and put it down on the ground again. And let's do the quad stretch. The first move stretches your quad, the front of your thigh a little bit, but let's do a little extra. So you're going to take your opposite side hand and grab your foot. So for me, this is my left foot, so I'm going to take my right hand and grab my foot. And now I can, come out. I'm not going to stay stacked. I'm going to try to, well, actually, it's kind of the same thing. I'm going to try to bring my hips. I can't do it all the way, but I'm going to try to bring my hips towards the floor. So I can bring my head down, but really try to bring my hips forward. Open up the front of my leg. Okay, release that. And then you're going to take your chest, put it onto your leg, and we're going to pulse back. So you're stretching your hamstring. You can straighten your leg all the way, but only if you can keep your chest attached to your legs. You're just going as far as you can, keeping your chest attached to your leg, and also try a hard flex on your foot. That will increase the stretch. So we'll do 10 times and hold the last one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one we're going to hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then let's come up and let's keep your chest on your leg. Let's do an ankle stretch we've been working on. So I'm going to keep my chest here. Now, if I want, I can even use it as a weight when I come forward, like use it to put pressure into my thigh to stretch my ankle. And we're gonna do this movement where we come forward. So again, you can keep your heel, I think everyone's done this, so you can keep your heel on the floor or you can bring it off. I like to sort of start with it on, find the stretch, and then bring it off a little bit to go a little deeper. You don't wanna go, the point isn't to go, if I go as far as I can, like that way, if I go into it as far as possible, I lose the stretch. So I'm just trying to keep it where I still have the stretch. So my heel is still pressing down towards the floor, even if it comes up. Okay, and then we're gonna come back, and now I'm gonna hard flex my foot. Again, not worrying about my toes so much, worrying about reducing this angle, trying to get my foot into a, I used to really fake flex my foot where it wasn't very flexed, or my toes were really flexed. So I really wanna try to pull my whole ball of my foot up, reduce this angle. So now we'll do that faster. So come forward, into the deep stretch, and back, hard flex. One more time, forward, stretch, back, flex. All right, great. You can see, and so we'll switch sides. You can see, if you can imagine, working on, I don't have, like a lot of kickboxers, I don't have the best ankle mobility. I think Molly probably has really good ankle mobility because she can do pistol squats and things. But having that ankle mobility, like being able to really go like this with your feet is it's great for jujitsu, for your hooks, and it's great for like your squats. A lot of people, your squat is limited if you can't bend your feet. You can only get to where your ankles can bend. So you really need to bend your ankles more to, so that exercise is really good for a ton of things. All right, so switch sides. What side did I have forward, right? So put your other side up, and we'll start with the hips pressing forward. So again, try to keep this stack, torso over leg. So 1, 2, yeah, you can put your arms wherever. I tend to do a kickboxer thing and put them in front of me. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I'm just anticipating getting hit at all times, 8, 9, last one we're gonna hold, so come to your farthest position without losing the posture, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you're gonna take your hand, place it a foot away from your foot, and then you're gonna take the hand that's on the same side as your bent knee and put that onto your knee and help twist yourself up. Get into a really nice, straight alignment. Your top shoulder is facing up towards the ceiling. Your chest is facing straight ahead. And then if you can, without lifting your hips, straighten your back leg. So we're gonna do that. So lift your top arm, stretch up. We're gonna do those dips. And again, if you can, especially if you've done these before, the goal is to not be kind of coming up and down as you're doing the dips, but to keep you really locked in your hips, the same place, and just twist from your waist. So we'll dip down, 1, and come up, 2, come up, 3, come up, 4, come up, and last one, 5, and come up. All right, so now you're gonna take your knee, put it down on the ground, and then you're gonna take your opposite side hand and grab your foot. So like, it's my right foot, so I'm grabbing with my left hand across my body, and then I'm gonna try to press my hips forward to stretch out the front of my back side leg. I can bring my body down too, and that's good if you get more stretch, but I wanna keep kind of a straight body, and really it's my hips pressing forward that'll increase the stretch. All right, and you can let that go. And we're gonna do the hamstring stretch. So lay your chest over your leg, and we're going to, again, you're trying to come back as far as you can without taking your chest off your leg, even if you don't straighten your leg all the way. And flex your foot hard as you come back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one we're gonna hold, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're gonna come up, keep our chest on our leg. And now we're gonna do the ankle mobility exercise. So we're gonna come forward, see how far we can come forward without losing the stretch. So does you feel a stretch in the back of your ankle, right where we were ankle picking people, in your Achilles. You could feel it in the back of your calf. Any of those is good. And then what we're trying to do again is decrease this angle. We're trying to make it so we have a stronger ability to make a smaller angle here between our foot and our calf. So when we come back, hard flex. Come forward, stretch. Come back, flex. One more time, come forward, stretch. Come back and flex. Okay, great. So you can stand up, shake that out. We're gonna start doing some boxing movements. It's good. I'm wearing my pink pants that show up much better against my black couch. So I can show you things better. So let's start with some movements together. So we're gonna start with this movement that is a fundamental movement of kickboxing, and it's this. So first we'll get in our stance. So you're gonna take your, if you're right-handed, you're gonna take your right foot and step it back. If you're left-handed, your left foot. So we're all gonna be, let me make this so I can see you guys a little better. Put this, it's not quite on full screen. That's a little better. So we're in this position, and then we're gonna take our shoulders, and they're gonna be at 45. So we don't wanna be all the way forward. We don't wanna be all the way sideways. We kind of wanna be, chest is at a 45. That way my front hand can reach the person, but my back hand can as well. My back hand is all the way sideways. I'm very safe here. This is a great safe position, but I can't really hit the person. My dominant hand is so far away. I need it where my hand needs to be able to see the person. That's how I think of it. Or they should be able to see that fist. Sometimes you hide it, but I think about that. There should be a line that can go between. So anyway, that's what we're gonna do in our stance. And we're gonna practice this pivot motion. This pivot motion is both for punching and for dodging and for a lot of other things. So when we do this motion, looks good already. And just a quick thing to think about, and then we'll do a couple drills with it, is 1 foot pivots at a time. So if I'm turning my right shoulder forward, pivot my right, pivot my left. So I don't want to be pivoting both my feet because then I'm going to lose my balance. So 1 foot's the break, 1 foot's the pivot, 1's the break. And then, but then I'm trying to push my hips forward within that break. So just like we were doing that hips forward, once I'm here, I'm trying to push my hips forward, but I don't want to just careen off to that side. So that's the movement. You can, especially if you're more advanced, or you know this movement, you can start to sink your shoulders a little bit each time you land. So it's like, that's how Jamal, the boxing teacher, has us warm up. Each time, think about your shoulders kind of sinking as you fall into the position. So now we're going to practice this together. So that's the slip. Notice that that's the best way to avoid punching. We're going to work on blocking again, like we've been working on, but the best thing you can do is slip the punch because then they don't hit you, right? So, and notice that it looks like if I just leaned over to the side, I'm really off balance. But when I do this, I can punch back and notice if that pink thing that's behind my head, that's where my head was. So even though I don't look like I leaned my head out of the way, I did. My head's out of the way. Where that punch was coming, I'm not there. So you don't need to be like crazy out of the way. You just need it to graze your ear. In fact, it's better if that happens. The closer they can miss, the more off balance they'll be. So now we're gonna practice that with punching. So last time we practiced jabs and crosses moving, and we'll do that again in a minute, but we're gonna practice jabs and crosses in place. So we're just gonna pivot. Let's get back to that pivot. So we're doing that pivot we were just doing. And now we're gonna punch, add punches with our arms. Yeah, so straight punches. So with these punches, your elbows are down. Every time you're not punching, that fist is on your face. So fist is on your face except when you're punching. Arms should be very relaxed. So you shouldn't have your shoulders hiked at all. Your arms are relaxed and your body is what's working to fling your arms out. When you really hit someone, there's a little tension at the end of the punch, but not you know, you will never be fast if you have a lot of arm tension. You have to have your arms be very relaxed. Okay, so we're gonna do 1 minute drill where I'm either gonna say slip or punch. We're gonna start slipping, and you're just gonna be doing that movement. So if I say slip, you're doing this. If I say punch, punching. So slip, punch. So you can punch at your own pace, slip at your own pace, but you're trying to keep it continuous for this drill. Get my timer on 1 minute timer. 1 minute timer's on 10 minutes. Here we go. All right, 1 minute, get set, and go. So let's start slipping and punch. Slip, punch, slip, punch, slip, punch, slip, punch. Go a little faster if you can, but don't lose the form. Slip, punch, slip, punch, slip, punch, slip, punch. Punch as fast as you can, but don't lose the form. A few more seconds. Nice, good. So that slipping and punching, that idea is really fundamental to boxing, and kickboxing, that you know, I could slip from there, from that same motion I could punch. So we'll practice that in some combinations in a minute. So now we're gonna do that same thing. We're gonna add two components. One of the components we're gonna add is a sprawl. So if I say sprawl, you're gonna come to the ground. I don't know if everyone knows a sprawl. So a sprawl is, someone's trying to grab your legs. The kind of kickboxing that I do, by the way, is Sancho kickboxing, which is Chinese kickboxing. So it has grappling more than some other kinds of kickboxing. So so me and Molly always teach from a context of, she's teaching jujitsu, but it has kickboxing applicability and vice versa. So you could use these moves in like MMA. The kind of kickboxing I teach is like MMA with no ground fighting, basically. So once you hit the ground, it's over, but the standing is like MMA. So someone's trying to grab your legs, you're jumping back. So when we do it as a drill, jump to the ground, hips down, and come back up. So if you want to do more advanced version, you can do the one-sided version, where you're dropping one hip like that, or you can just do regular. Or if that's kind of too much for the space you're in, physically or mentally, you can just do a burpee without the burpee. You can just come to a plank and come back up without the jump and the push up, but just go to a plank. So I might yell sprawl, you'll do that, then you'll come back up. If I say sprawl, let's make it that you'll come back punching. So, and let's add one extra thing. So we're gonna add uppercuts. So if you know uppercuts, if you don't, you can just, you can either keep doing straight punches, or you can do you can do these as best as you can for now. What we're gonna do with the uppercut, it's the same motion. Let's practice it a little bit. Now when I'm off to the side, I'm gonna go, so I'm gonna sink. It's a punch that comes up like that. There's different kinds of uppercuts, but this is the one that's kind of off of a slip motion. Like I've slipped to the side and punched them. So I'm just gonna do that. It's the same motion, but I'm doing a scoop with my arms. Yeah, great. So so we're gonna do a 2 minute of this drill. I could say slip, I could say punch. If I say punch, it'll be straight punch, or I'll say uppercuts. If I say uppercuts like that, or I'll say sprawl. Let's make it this way. If you come up from the sprawl, come up, let's come up straight punch. Every time you sprawl, when you come up, straight punch. So it's like, no matter what I was doing, throwing uppercuts. Oh no, someone tried to grab my leg. Come up, I'm punching them. I'm just coming back to a more default type of punching. It'll be 2 minutes. So when I say go, you'll start with the sprawl. I'm gonna get more winded than usual. I had bad allergies all day. So don't mind that. And get set. And go. So start out slipping. And punch. Sprawl. When you sprawl, you come up and go back to straight punches, no matter what you were doing before. Uppercut. Uppercuts, by the way, can go a little slower than the other two things. The other two should be around the same pace, but uppercuts have a little lag. Punch. Sprawl. Slip. Sprawl. Come up punching. Uppercut. Slip. Sprawl. Sprawl. Uppercut. Slip. Uppercut. Slip. Punch. Slip. Punch. Sprawl. Uppercut. Punch. Slip. Uppercut. Nice. Good work. Okay, so let's, nice work everyone. Let's grab a sip of water, grab a chair to do some side kick drills, and meet you back in a second. You can also use a wall, use a chair, use a wall, anything you want to balance on. Where did I put my water? Oh yeah, it's over here. Okay, so we'll get started again. So we're going to, we'll do a set of side kicks. So remember this kick, if this kick is, just to remind you what its actual use would be if I'm kickboxing you and I'm here, this, and we're facing each other, this kick would look like this. I would have to do something to turn myself sideways. I could do it as I'm kicking, but I don't have great pivoting because my knees are screwy. So I'm gonna be tricky and maybe stick my arm out to do it, but I have to turn sideways. And then the kick will look like this. So it's a kick that comes up. And then I'm trying to do slow motion on my, let me do it on the other side. So I'm not pivoting slow motion on my bad knee. It's always hard for me. So I come to here. And now my heel of my standing foot's almost pointing towards where I'm going to kick. And I kick. So sideways, it looks like this, where I'm kicking somebody over there. So we're going to do that with the chair. So this is it's a great, very powerful kick. Once you learn it, it's always a little awkward to learn. It also correlates with a lot of good muscles, like a lot of movements Molly teaches in her gymnastica conditioning training. Those of us who are kickboxers are like, oh, that's supposed to be hard, but we can do it. And it's because of side kicks. It's like it works some good muscle groups to have. So we're going to practice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So remember my just a little point, my bottom foot is pivoting. So right now my heel is facing, like you're my opponent. Well, you're not my opponent because my opponent's gonna be over there in the end, but my heel is facing behind me, but it's gonna pivot towards where I'm kicking, my standing heel. Now it's facing behind me. Now it's facing to where I'm gonna kick. So that's very important to keep good knee alignment, that you don't wanna be trying to, you want your knee facing away from where you're kicking. There, I have good leg motion here. My knee is safe. So let's do, we'll do 1 minute on each side. And at the end of that minute, we'll do a little extra holding. So get set and go. You can follow along with me. I'll start slow, or you can just go at your own pace. For people who are more experienced with this kick, try to think about not allowing your knee to drop below your foot till the very end of the kick. The knee turns over right at the end to create the whipping motion on the kick, even though we're doing it slowly to build strength. All right, when the bell rings, which I'll tell you, then we're gonna hold for 30 seconds. All right, so come to your out, you hold your end of your kick, and we're gonna hold for 30 seconds. You can try to hold it as high as you can, but you need to keep your toes parallel or below your heel, not your leg turned out. Your heel is facing up a little. Annoying, I do it this way with the thing still dinging. To find a better timer for this. 5 more seconds. And break. Good. All right, so switch sides. Same thing on the other side. So get set and go. You can follow along with me or do it at your own pace. All right, so come to the end of the kicking position, and then we're gonna hold it up for 30 seconds. So again, trying to keep your toes down or parallel, not up, and then seeing how high with that you can lift your leg. And if this starts hurting your back or your knee, let it go, come back, shake it out, come back. You wanna feel it in your side abs, in your butt, in your leg muscles, but you don't wanna feel it in something that's like, you don't wanna feel it in your knee or your lower back. Then you're probably hurting yourself. You don't want to do that. All right, and break. Good job. All right, let's do, okay, so you can put your chair away if you were using a chair. And we'll go into some kickboxing combinations. Let's start with walking. I'm chopping my head off today. Oh. Okay, my head was chopped off now. Okay, so we were working last time on blocking. So, so the best way to and this is, I've been thinking a little bit with a self-defense focus. Me and Molly have been teaching some self-defense classes. She always does. And I've been kind of thinking about some of the things that are applicable to self-defense. And the biggest ones are these, like what you do someone's hitting you. You don't really want to be hitting people in self-defense, at least not with your fists. Fists get broken easily, fists hit teeth, and then they get cuts that get infected. But one thing that is so applicable, I think, from boxing and kickboxing is someone hits you and you could be like, get out of the way. That's what you want to do. So getting out of the way of a punch is always the best you can do, but no one can do that perfectly, especially in kickboxing. I think I said last time, you don't want to you know, in boxing, there's people who are just like, you know, they just move their head all over. In kickboxing, that's more dangerous because there might be someone kicking you in the head. In boxing, you can just keep an eye on the two hands and see that you're safe. So, so we do head movement, but you know, we have to block sometimes. Sometimes something's coming at you and you're gonna have to block. So, so the way you block is, again, you put your hands on your head. Sometimes you put them out. We're gonna practice with it on our head. We can go more into the details of those two variations at some point. I'm trying to keep my elbows close together, so almost touching. If they're open, there's a spot for uppercuts to come through. So I'm blocking here, and I'm putting my hands up on my head, and they're leaving a little space here to see through between my wrists. So I can see between my wrists, but I'm pretty covered up. So, so that's gonna be our block. You don't just hang out there forever and get punched. You can imagine you're open to all kinds of stuff. So that's kind of a home base from where you can do other things and get to a better position that you can punch back from. Because you can't really punch back from this position. It's like for emergencies. I want to say it's for emergencies, but it happens a lot. You know, you're getting overwhelmed. You can't get it with your head movement. You're like, ah, you have to block. Obviously very applicable for self-defense. So, so let's do what we were doing last time to start, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 straight punches, and then put the helmet on, back up, 1, 2, and then let's from there, since we were just working on uppercuts, let's just throw 2 uppercuts right from there. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and then I'm gonna sing uppercut, uppercut. So I'm gonna throw my front uppercut, my left, and my back uppercut, my right. So again, 4 straight punches, back up with my helmet, uppercut, uppercut. That's when you can come back from a punch, like you can come back, from this helmet, but there's not like, you know, like if you slip, the counters are immediate. Whereas here, I have to do something one extra step, like say, go down here, throw my uppercut. So one more time, 1, 2, 3, 4, back, back, uppercut, uppercut. And then, you know, you can, in between, don't give up your position. Like, don't be like, uppercut, uppercut. Okay. All right, just, you know, stay in your fight stance. You can throw jabs to come back to your position. Like if I want to start here, jab, cross, block, block, uppercut, uppercut. Okay, you know, or just come up, or just, you know, try to keep your fighting stance. You can shadow box in between if you want. All right, so we're just gonna do 1 minute of that drill, and then we're gonna add a couple of things to it. Get set, and go. Cross, jab, cross, block, block, uppercut, uppercut. Watch for a second. Nice. Okay, good. Let's do, we were talking last week a little bit about how you I don't remember if Emma was there when Molly was doing if she was doing arm drag the day you were there. We've been working a lot on this movement, arm drag. So we're gonna just do an arm drag from the block. So it looks like, so an arm drag is a wrestling move, self-defense move, where you grab somebody. I should have brought a video of it. Molly has lots of videos of it. But basically the idea of it is I'm grabbing someone under their cross side tricep and just dragging them to me or dragging myself past them. So I'm grabbing them here across from me. And if you grab someone there, it seems like not much, but people are really weak there. They're kind of, it's a good leverage point. It's hard for them to get out of it. So you grab them there and pull them. So, and then we're gonna step around them. So we're gonna go, Molly, do you want a demo on arm drag real quick on your partner there? Molly's gonna show what an arm drag looks like on Kylie. Kylie is very used to getting arm dragged around.
So punch me, right? Punch me. I'm gonna block. C clamp. I'm gonna go block with my foam, and then clamp, and then the second hand, all 4 finger cupping, boom, and then I'm gonna pull it across my body, boom, and then my leg steps opposite. So boom, I'm gonna step opposite. So again, I'm gonna go, if maybe a block, boom, all 5 fingers, boom, and then across, pull it across her body and my body, boom, to clear it, right? If I don't clear, I'm gonna come in and she's gonna block me here. So I need to clear and then step.
Yeah, and it's a thing that Molly often mentions is depending on your relative sizes, if you're bigger than them or they're your size, you can pull them towards you. And if you're smaller than them, you can pull yourself kind of past them. And either way, it's good. And we're gonna end up, so if you don't know, if you're just learning this move, I know probably it's new to Emma, Jane's probably has been doing it a bunch. Just do the best you can with it. If you don't get every single grip right, it's okay. But the concept that you should get is, I'll show you how it's gonna work, is this pull across. So we're gonna go same thing, jab, cross, back up, and now, let's say they started to punch here, we're gonna do the block like Molly did. So now they're throwing like a big looping punch, a hook over here. I'm gonna block it. So I was here, block, and I'm gonna come out a little bit, trap. So it's like block, trap. So they hit me, now, or maybe they grabbed me, my arm, I'm coming over grabbing, I'm grabbing across. And now if this is my right leg, I've grabbed them with my left hand, and I'm gonna step my right leg out. And I could just go past them, or I could go behind them, take their back. So we're just gonna practice ending with the arm drag. So it's gonna go jab, cross, back, trap with your right arm, pull across with your left, arm drag. And when you do the arm drag, you step out with the foot you're moving towards. There's other ways to do it too. One more time, and then we'll do a round of it. Jab, cross, block, trap. This is the most important trap, this cross one, because this is what pulls them. So I've got this, my lead hand is grabbing under their back tricep, and I'm gonna pull them away from me. In an MMA context or a jiu-jitsu context, now I would grab their back and start trying to take them down. In a self-defense context, I would go, I'll show it sideways, I would go trap, I go here and I go bye, back up till I think I'm safe, and then run the other way. So it's nice I don't have my back turned on them yet. But I would go back up, turn, run away. So in an MMA context or grappling context, I've got them around the waist here. I can start trying to do takedowns. So we got enough time for one more round. Let's do one round practicing that. So jab, cross, block, come out and block, trap, grab, arm drag. So get set. We'll do a 2-minute round. And in between, if you want, you can shadow box between that combination to move around in between. And go. I'll do it a little bit and then I'll watch how you're doing. Cross, block, trap, grab, arm drag. Yeah, after you do the arm drag, you can kind of mimic, depending how you're thinking of it. If you want to think self-defense, just think of running away from them. If you want to think about fighting, think about grabbing them, holding them down, then you can let them go, come back to the combination. Nice. Nice. Looks good. Going. One thing you can really think about is with that pulling arm, that left arm, really yank them in. Think about pulling a person. Like you're kind of doing a row. If you have a friend who you're in a pod with who you can practice this with, you can practice it a little bit nicely. Just grab their arm right in their armpit, right under their tricep, and see if you can pull them around a little. job, everyone. So grab a spot. We'll just do a couple minutes of meditation if you want to. If you need to go, you can. Or you could grab a seat. Always nice to calm our mind down. Okay, so you can sit down in your spot when you're ready and close your eyes. And then you could just take some breaths in through your nose. You can breathe out through your nose, or if you're still trying to calm your breathing, you can breathe out through your mouth. And you're just trying to slow your breathing down, calm your mind down. And let's try some counted out breathing. So you could inhale for 4 counts, really any amount of counts that you want, and then hold your breath, hold that breath for 4 counts, and then exhale for 8 counts. So you're breathing in for an amount of time, holding for that amount of time, and then exhaling slowly through your nose for twice as long as that. And then if you'd like, you could release that breathing. Just allow yourself to breathe normally for a few moments. Any thoughts that arise, just trying to let them pass by without getting involved, trying to keep your mind still. And you could take 3 deep breaths in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Then when you're ready, you could open your eyes. Then we'll rub our palms together, generate some warmth, clean your palms. Rub back on your ears. Rub your palms together again. Rub the back of your neck. Then you'll clasp your hands together, turn back one way, second way, back to the first direction, second direction, back to center. Then you can release your legs, rub your thighs. These moves are part of Molly and I learned Taoist meditation from our Sancho teacher. So you can rub your shins and calves. So this is kind of a very quick version of a long exit that they do. Like you do a long meditation and then your legs are completely numb and you have to, their philosophy is you have to bring your body kind of back to earth, you know, and then rub your feet. So they do actually an elaborate entry and exit from the meditation. But this is just a small version because I think it's nice to come out of the meditation kind of honoring that your body was just doing something and you need to like get it back to normal. So if you ever do the meditation for longer and it makes your legs fall asleep, by the way, like if you do it for 20 minutes, your legs will fall completely asleep sometimes. You can lean forward onto your arms like this, and put all the weight on your arms and then just kind of like slowly lift one leg, you know, and then the other, trying to even get them above your heart until they stop being numb. So sometimes you'll come out of that position if you do it for like 20 minutes or half an hour and your legs will be like, you know, like you can't even feel them. It's very scary. So if that ever happens, that's what you do. So thanks so much, everyone. Great to see you again, Emma. Always great to see you, Jane. Great work, everyone.
Thanks, great to see you.
I just want to say that, Karen and I are doing an Instagram Live, which is a combination of fitness and self-defense tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock on our Tough Love self-defense.
Instagram page. So it's Tough Love Self-Defense on Instagram.
Yeah.
Do people have it or do you want me to paste it in the thing, in the chat? If you just search Tough Love Self-Defense, yeah, and it's just a 15 minutes of like light exercise and then some of the self-defense concepts that we were just doing, plus some more technical self-defense, but all with you moving around 15 minutes, you know,
Yeah,
learning.
come back and join us tomorrow morning.
Yes, we'll see you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Thanks, Molly and
Bye.
Karen. Bye, y'all.
Bye.